Hi, I'm Bruce Peters with TVI Market Pro 3, and I'm sitting with Corey Smith from Easy Care. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Corey. And
All right. Well, I'm for Easy Care. I'm the National Fixed Operations Training Director for them. My role is to go teach service advisors how to treat customers. Essentially, we go to all of our dealer clients and some clients that don't do business with us and train their service department. I got into the business in 1998. All my experience comes from Maine. I'm originally from Portland, Maine. Worked in the dealership from 98 to 2016. And then I wanted to do something more. I wanted to give back. And I started getting this like, oh, I could train. And when I got in the business, I didn't get trained. It was, there's your phone,
yeah,
there's your route sheet, those are your texts. Good luck. And it was like Homer
exactly.
Simpson going off in the bushes, right?
Yep.
So I was like, I can teach them what I learned the hard way and give back to them that way. And that's what our training is. It's all real world training. So in 2016, I worked for JD Power. From JD Power, I went and worked for Easy Care. Talked to Tony, showed him a PowerPoint, said, you need to hire me and here's why. And here we are.
Great, great. No, that's great. I greatly remember those days early on in my career doing the same thing in dealerships. So
Yeah.
that's great information. Figured we'd talk a little bit about retention today, and wanted to just start with you. Why is customer retention becoming more important than customer acquisition at this time?
Because I think it's cheaper for the dealership to keep that existing customer, but we really need to look at um, how the retention number is, right? Everyone's talking about, oh, I've got a 70% retention rate, but is that because they have to come to you or because they want to come to you? Take out that customer that is out of warranty. That's your retention. When I have to come to you because of manufacturer warranty or a service contract or something like that, I have to come to you. That's not real retention.
Yeah,
To build real retention, you have to give the customer a reason to come back. Like, we all are customers. If I go to Home Depot and I don't get my needs met, where am I going to go next? Probably not going to come back to Home Depot, right?
absolutely.
We every year I go to Disney. I spend tens of thousands of dollars at Disney. I can go anywhere in the world to get on a roller coaster, but I choose Disney. Why? Because when I'm leaving, I'm happy. My family is happy. There's memories that we're building. I mean, you got Pluto that's shaking hands, kissing babies at 110-degree weather.
Right.
Everyone there is happy, right? That's what you want to build in your service department. As an advisor, if your mindset is, I just got beat up by Mrs. Jones, now Mr. Smith is coming in, oh, another oil change, right? That body language portrays, I don't really care about you. I don't want you here. And if the customer doesn't feel like they want to be here, or we want them to be here, then they're not going to come.
Right.
They'd rather have a root canal than come to the dealership.
Exactly. Experience is everything. And I agree with you 100% on that. And so great. Next, what's the biggest retention killers you see in service departments today?
I think not coming through our promise. If you tell a customer, hey, well, I'm going to order this part, it's going to be here on Thursday. We'll see you Thursday at 10 o'clock, and it doesn't get ordered. That customer comes. That's you're making them mad. And your average customer now is keeping their vehicle almost 13 years. I don't know about you, but I want that customer to keep coming back for that whole duration, not just under warranty and lose them to the independents. Right. So that's the part that's killing it. And you can rectify that by having a process. If you're listening to this and you're like, well, I have really deep sales background and I'm an owner or I'm a GM, great. You have a process in sales. You don't take a customer out of a trade until you do a trade walk. The customer shouldn't have their vehicle go in our shop without doing a walk around, without having some kind of a process of how we're going to do business, how we're going to go to business. Just like a sports team, they have a playbook. We need a playbook in service. If you don't have a playbook in service, you're not going to win this retention game. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not going to win it, they're going to go someplace else until they feel good where they're going. You got to have a process of meeting and greeting them and meeting them where they're at. If Mrs. Johnson gets out of the vehicle and she's got 6 kids hanging from her, don't do a walk around with her. Do a video walk around and show it to her later. Put her in the lounge. I mean, your average customer is coming to the dealership 2 times a year on average. They don't know the lay of the land. Show them what's exciting about your dealership, where the restrooms are, the gourmet coffee. This happens to be the last donut, whatever that is, right? People like a good story. That's what they buy.
Yeah.
And that's what Disney has. I mean, if you think of Amazon, Disney, they meet the customer where they're at.
Yeah. creating an experience and delivering transparency.
Yeah.
And exactly.
Instead of saying no, saying, okay, I'm going to try to do this.
Yeah,
Here's what I'm going to do. Not saying no, saying I'm going to work on
yeah,
it. They're too quick to say no because in the advisor's mind, they have way too much other things going on. They got 3 waiters on their desk. They got 2 estimates they got to call, all those things. And I get it. I was an advisor at a high level. I averaged 41 repair orders a day, which is a lot,
yeah.
but I did it as a process. I had my route sheet just for waiters and I had a route sheet just for drop offs. You've got to come up with something that works for you and your team.
Exactly. No, that's perfect. And like you said, processes are super important, but you need to be able to fluctuate those processes based on each individual experience.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
there's gotta be
absolutely
a
right.
give to that too. I mean, if I go to Disney, right, and I spend X amount of dollars, I get points. If I go to Starbucks, I get points. Something that, can create that buzz that keeps that customer coming back and giving them a reason. I mean, giving a discount on a coupon, those are all back in the old days. Prepaid maintenance is another good way to keep customer coming back. Having some kind of a reward program. Everyone likes to get rewards and telling them to do a good job, right? Those types of things will help build on that retention number. But your biggest core value has to start with a process of how you're going to treat that customer, whether they're buying an oil change or whether they're putting an engine in,
Right.
right? They have to be treated the same. And that's the one thing that I learned the hard way is if you were spending $1,000 with me, I treated you like you're a king. Being full transparent, you're an oil change customer. I didn't do that.
That was a wrap.
And it was until I got CSI that I was looking at, I was like, oh, I'm getting bad CSI because of how maybe that customer's feeling, right? If they feel good at the end, no matter how much they spent, they're going to come back. And I want them to come back and see me. And that's how I average 41 repair orders. Half of those were like key tossers. Keep it under 1,000, Corey.
Yeah.
I'll be back at 4.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah. And you mentioned rewards programs, and it's funny, and I've talked to this with several of our customers recently that rewards programs used to be really big about 15 years ago and kind of went away. They're starting to be talked about again. I think they're very important. So that's a great point.
It's very important, and you got companies out there that change theirs, and like Starbucks changed theirs, and there was a whole big uproar about that. That's because people need it, they want it, right? There was a guy that's had like 200,000 some odd points for Dunkin' Donuts. And they made him expire, and he was so upset, right? And that because he had saved them for years because he knew his kids were going to be driving, and he wanted to give those to his kids, and they could get free coffees,
Right.
right?
Right.
Now that all went away. It's just reward programs are good if as long as you keep the customer in mind. What's in it for them,
Yeah.
and how is that going to benefit me as a business owner, right? If it's a little bit of a give, I'm all in because and you probably ran your service departments like this too. If somebody was going to spend $1,500 with me, I'm fine with buying a $40 rental car for them so they can be comfortable and come back when they want to.
Right.
Right. And the other thing that I would add to that retention part of it is if you're scheduling your appointments, schedule your pickups as well.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Scheduling your pickups are going to make that customer feel like they're important. Hey, what time do you plan on picking your vehicle up? I'll be there around 3. 3 o'clock's already taken. How about 3:15? Oh, perfect.
Right.
You come in, you see me, I'm going to go over your thing, right? Can tell you how much it's going to spend. We'll pay the bill. I'm walking you to the car. I'm taking all the stuff out. I'm thanking for your business. And I've already made the next appointment for your next time. That's how you're building that customer flow.
Absolutely. No, that's a great idea. And that is not something I did in the business, but I think that's a great idea.
Something I learned the hard way because all my customers would come at 5 o'clock
Exactly.
and I'm out at 6. I didn't get out until 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I'm late for dinner. All right. It's like, how am I going to solve this problem? And that's when I started scheduling my pickups.
Perfect. No, it's a great idea. Yeah. Great.
I loved it.
Perfect. Any other ideas or things you wanted to speak about?
When it comes to retention, is finding out what that customer's love language is. I know it's weird to talk about love language in the service department. What their hot button is, why they bought the vehicle. If it's a van, they didn't buy it for performance; they bought it for safety. So tailor your presentation around safety. In order to keep your family safe, these services are important. I go into talk to service advisors, and I tell them straight up, I'm not here to make you a better salesperson. That's not my thing. I'm here to make you a better presenter. If you can present feature advantage benefit to the customer and give them facts and value, price becomes a non-issue at that.
Absolutely.
They need it. If
Yeah.
we create the need, they're going to buy it.
Yeah. Like I said, find that hot button, whether it's time, money, whatever it may be for, and each customer, it could be different. So
Yes.
that's great.
And that's all happens at the walk around.
Mhm.
You know, you can learn so much about the customer
Yeah.
and you can find out, okay, the safety or time is an issue. And one thing I'll add to this is at the end, when you're done with that customer, what does your day look like today? Not when do you want to come pick it up? What time you want to pick it up? Oh, end of the day. What's the end of the day for you?
Right.
Right. End of the day for me is 3 o'clock. End of the day for the service advisor is 5. I'm calling the vehicle, see my vehicle is ready by 2 because I'm going to pick it up at 3 because that's the end of my day.
Right.
But if you ask the customer a different way and say, what's your day look like today? Well, I got my daughter's recital. I got to be there by 2 o'clock. Okay. So I have to have this vehicle done by 1. Perfect. Now I know how to set those expectations. And once you start setting those expectations and telling the customer up front, retention is going to be there. Okay. I like this guy. I don't have to worry about it because it's their biggest purchase in some cases. So if I'm dropping off my $50,000 baby and I don't hear from you, I feel like you've forgotten about it.
Exactly.
And that's going to help with that retention as well. Because the customer is going to feel like, okay, I'm important, not just a person
Yeah.
or a number.
Just a number. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Great. Great. Well, perfect. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and having
Yeah,
a
this
talk
is
with us
awesome.
today. Yeah. So
Thank you so much for
thank you
having
very
me.
much, Bray. All right.
Appreciate it.